Alright, now we're on.
We'll just keep rolling with it.
We're fucking doing this.
We're doing it. It's happening.
It's happening right
Finally
now.
happening.
Yeah, it's happening. So, you want an intro or should I? We haven't really planned any of this shit out yet.
No, haven't. But I think that's fine, man. I think like you said, enough people have been waiting on this to be a thing. To be like, hey, what's up? And then we were gonna do it. We had that meeting. Hell, it's been like 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then I had to leave town, and I came back to town right as you were leaving town.
We're definitely prepared.
Right.
We're not prepared for what's gonna happen today, but we're prepared for what's gonna happen in the long run.
Right.
That's a good point.
Right. And like I think that we really could just have the camera rolling anytime we were together, anywhere, in any place, because eventually something gets said, or we
It's
have a
usually
conversation
pretty
that is like, oh man, that would have been great to talk about, like,
So-
on the podcast. Like,
We sticking with the saga, or are we renaming this?
that's up to you.
Well, let's
I
just
mean,
stick with the saga for simplicity,
Yeah.
because these are still chapters of life. I like where this is going right now.
Yeah. I mean, we could get like really, just real on the nose with it.
So, hey,
If you want.
for everybody on the other side of the camera, welcome to the saga. We're back. It's your boy Gray, and with me from here on out, the homie Max. And
So,
we're gonna do something. We don't really know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna do something.
I have no idea.
Fuck. You want to just jump right into this fucking New World shit? Oh, is that me? That's me.
You. Yeah, that's all.
That's
good.
me. Sorry, guys.
Rude
It's
as
me.
hell. Yeah.
Fucking going crazy over here.
You said new world shit?
I don't know what to fucking do with myself. COVID's fucked me up. I have no idea what manners are anymore, or how to talk to people, or how to exist on the face of the earth.
It's weird, right? And it kind of depends on where you go too.
Because it's like you get so used to being inside that now you forget the joys of outside, but you also start suffering inside because you're like, naturally your body wants to be outside.
Mm-hmm.
It's the most complex of fucking divisive situations internally.
And like 70% of the globe, suffers from like a vitamin D deficiency, right? So you got that going for you. That's like definitely not enough people are outside on a regular basis. And also, people got too used to being inside and operating from behind a screen or through a phone or whatever, right?
Hey, camera, fucking focus on Max,
That's the
because
problem.
there's a person
But-
here that's a part of the cast that just doesn't realize we're shooting right now, even though they know we're
And
shooting
that's
right
okay.
now.
We did not give her a warning at all. Yo, you got fruit gushers?
Yes.
Shit.
Hey, welcome back to the motherfucking TheSagaPod.
Back with beers.
I think we're gonna get back to this COVID shit we were talking about. Talk about how awkward it is, like socially. Mainly the social construct of things now that we've locked ourselves inside of our houses as the defense mechanism. And now we don't know how to interact with each other anymore and shit.
Speak with yourself, man, though. Like Florida, they never cared.
Yeah, now Florida is like the friend that never invites you out, but you know that they're always out and that there's always a welcome invitation anyway. They like don't hit you up and be like, come out. It's just implied you're supposed to be out. That's how Florida is.
They're the type of people that like they'll show up at work if you work with them on Monday, and they're like, hey man, where were you? We did all these crazy things, and then had the titties out.
It's like, what did you do all weekend, man? We were looking for you.
Yeah, and then they're
It's like,
like,
you hit me up.
You never told me anything, and they're like, oh come on, like
You know where I'm at.
You know where
I
I'm at.
belong to the streets.
I live stream that, I live stream myself streaking in Arlington, fucking like, some shit like that. Like that's
No diss to Florida, but y'all motherfuckers is wild.
crazy. Absolutely
That shit was
crazy.
going on and y'all was like, yo,
Like,
fuck a mask, fuck a vaccination, fuck everything.
The
Like, we
fact-
outside.
New Hampshire has like live free or die as their like official motto, but they need to surrender that to Florida. I think, like honestly.
I feel like that's true. Like Florida's got the crown on that.
And no disrespect to New Hampshire, like they're dope as hell. Like if you didn't know, you can not have car insurance. You just don't want it. You just don't want it? Okay, cool. If you're over the age of 18 and you just don't want to wear a seatbelt, okay.
I feel like it's our lives. We should be able to do what we want with them.
You can legally own a mountain lion.
And that brings us back around to COVID again. Like, it's our lives. Shouldn't we be able to do what we want with it? I'm not anti-vax or whatever. I'm also not like pro-vax either. It's like, do what you want to do. And I think that's like, just going to the NBA real quick, I think that's the stance that Kyrie Irving's on, and like the world's trying to cancel him right now for having that stance. But it's like, it's your fucking body. You should be able to choose what you do with it.
And I don't follow professional sports really, but there's a lot of athletes. Like, I know Aaron Rodgers is in the heat of some shit right now.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of NBA players whose names I don't remember because I don't really care that much. You know, like, yeah, I think it comes down to like I'm vaccinated personally. Like, I talked with some doctors. I have family members in the medical field, and I was like, hey, what do you think I should do? And they were like, get the vaccine. It's not a bad idea. And I was like, okay, cool.
You know, I took a very similar approach. I talked to some people that have no education in medical field whatsoever. I talked to some strangers who are now friends of mine, and I was like, yeah, you're right. If this kills me, then I was just destined to go anyway. And if it doesn't, it must be okay. And then I took it. I was just like, you know, at the place I was in and with everything going on in the world, I was like, either one thing's going to kill me or the other thing's going to kill me. I'll take my chances with the other thing that involves medical professionals.
Yeah, and if you're the kind of dude also though that's like, hey, the odds of me getting COVID and going to the hospital are infinitesimal, and the odds of me going to the hospital and then dying are even smaller than that, I think I'm going to be okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Whatever. Does not hurt me.
Free world.
I don't care.
Fuck the 313. But actually don't fuck the 313. It was just 8 Mile reference. If y'all don't get that,
yeah,
you kind of suck.
There's like one guy with a 313 phone number that I truly don't like, but that's like just this one dude. Yeah, he's from a guy I used to work with. I told him actually that he was probably the softest dude with a 313 phone number in the history of life. But anyway, yeah, no, it's like, I don't know. I think it just comes down to like, what you value more. Like, do you value dangerous freedom, or would you rather be safe and, you know, so to speak, live inside of a cage, right? Like,
are you basically saying live free or die hard?
You should live hard and also die hard. I think everything.
Live hard, die hard.
Be
so
hard.
fucking nasty.
Live hard, die harder.
That's so nasty, Loki.
What should be.
That's so nasty.
Yeah, I wake up hard.
We can't occupy the same couch while you have that mentality.
I'm just letting you know. That's why there's all this. That's why we're socially distanced on the couch. You think this was COVID protocol? No.
There's a reason for this amount of space between two homies.
Yeah, that's right.
Someone's over here trying to fucking live life the way they're living it.
Living hard.
But I mean, can't really blame you because you just went through the traumatic experience all your own, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. I found out that pavement is hard.
They really get it to you.
Sleeper vans are hard. So yeah. So for those of you that don't know, I ride a motorcycle. I'm new to riding motorcycles, and as such, I do not speed. I don't do anything crazy. I wear gloves. I wear boots. I wear a helmet, like full face, long sleeves, long pants, and I try to just pay attention and not do any kind of jackassery, because we've all been in traffic and seen like the jackass on the bike, and you're like, man, I hate you. Don't want to be that guy.
I mean, it's safer to not be the jackass on the bike.
Well, apparently not, because if you know,
in your situation, you were being a good guy.
I was being a good guy. I was just hanging out, and somebody decided that the space that I occupied in the three-dimensional realm wanted to be the space that they occupied there, and they didn't really give a fuck that I was there.
It was basically Scooby-Doo in the gang, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It was a green van with a ladder on the back and some decals on the side. I don't
PSA,
think
if you see this van, please shoot us that license plate.
Yeah, let me know. Pretty descriptive van in the Northern Virginia area. Dark green van with the ladder on the back, the curtains in the windows. Like, kind of like if it was the 70s, maybe you could pick up chicks and bang them in there. But now you could pick up chicks and bang them in there, but it would be a crime. So that's
I think it was still a crime in the 70s too. I don't think cool dudes ever really bought vans to be cool dudes.
I mean, come on. If it's the 70s and you're dropping acid with a guy that has a van,
possible. I think vans are appropriate for dropping acid. But I think no matter what year it was, if you were a dude that owned a van and you were like, hey girl, come here to this van, you look like a weirdo and you should probably not be outside. You should follow COVID protocol and stay the fuck inside.
Yeah, but again,
shout out to everybody that owns a van.
But again, if you don't stay inside, what happens to you happens to you. I was trying to mind my business though, and this guy just said, "Fuck that," and straight hit me.
So fucking gnarly.
Yeah, it was great. So yeah, watch out for motorcycles, please.
Yeah, guys, let's be careful and protect our fellow bike riders out here. I don't ride bikes because shit like that. I'm terrified of that. Trying to get hit by nobody. I've been hit by things just walking across the street, so yeah, I'm good.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. But yeah, you can be going the speed limit and not doing anything crazy, and somebody just decides they want to do a lane change without having a turn signal on and without really looking that hard and just jumping out and not giving a fuck. So yeah, that happened. But I mean, not all bad, right? So like, the bike still runs. It's a little scraped up. People stopped. There was somebody following like behind me that apparently had seen bike wrecks before and had been following me for a while. And so I talked to them afterwards that I know this, and they were like, yeah, I didn't want to follow you too close because I know that like my dad rides motorcycles and he talks about that all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I appreciate that, because she was the one that like put her brakes on and her hazards and like stopped traffic and made sure, because it wasn't the laying it down. Like the bike, I got hit, the bike disappeared out from under me and I started sliding down the pavement. That is not what, I mean, it hurt, I'm like injured, but that wasn't a lethal thing. What I was immediately concerned with while sliding was turning and looking and being like, oh, now I have to play Frogger in traffic.
Yeah.
And
but you like stay aware of your like surroundings when you hit, like, because you said you looked around, you were recognizing traffic.
Well, even up
that's
until,
gotta be like
up like prior to the contact, I was because I saw him jump out, no signal, no nothing. And I was gonna dodge him right, and as soon as I looked, there was a car there, and I couldn't have gone left because that lane was all backed up anyway. And I had nowhere to go. I just couldn't stop in time. So
there's gotta be like some Matrix shit for you to like know that there's an immediate response to your life now being threatened, and you're completely aware of everything that's going on around you, while at the same time not necessarily being able to control the moment because you're just kind of rolling across the ground. Yeah,
you're like, I mean, it was every effort to not touch that van, and then once that happened, and I wasn't on the bike anymore, it was, all right, what's going on behind me? I'm about to get run over. And fortunately, I was wrong. Like my initial thought was like, I'm gonna get run over. Yeah, but like, no, I slid mostly on my left side, had my hands up, I had a helmet on, but I bounced my head off the pavement. And then as soon as I was still sliding and turning and looking, and I was like, I turned around a little bit, and I was like, all right, there's some distance here, so that's cool, nobody's gonna hit me. But yeah, then as soon as I stopped, I popped up, because you don't feel anything in the moment.
Yeah, it's just high velocity.
Yeah, you're dialed up, and you don't feel shit, so you're just like, all right, kind of like a fight. You don't really feel anything until like afterward.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I popped up, I started and the van stopped, is the funny thing. They stopped long enough to see me stand up and walk towards them, and then they were like, all right, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Yeah,
let us know if you find this van. Send us those plates, please. Or if you are the van driver, pull up. You owe my homie a conversation, because my homie could be dead right now.
And could have.
His instincts are sharp enough to keep him alive.
That was the thing too, yeah. If I hadn't have been looking left and right and watching and kind of like looking out here, I wouldn't have had the time to even slow down, and they would have hit me more directly, which would have definitely sent me into the other lane and on my ass. So yeah, they just clipped their rear bumper. For those of you that are wondering, their rear bumper, as they pulled out, and as I was slowing down, they were coming out right here, and I slowed down, but then they clipped my front tire and sent everything flying. So yeah, scary time, but I got back on the bike. I rode the bike here,
Yeah. Fucking helmet's right there.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, much more. New helmet, by the way, for those of you that are wondering as well. You take an impact on a helmet. A lot of people don't know that. Did you know that?
You take an impact on a helmet?
If you fall, like with a helmet, one good time, like that helmet's done. You can't trust it anymore.
Oh.
You gotta buy a new one. Ride though.
Yeah. B-roll's important too.
Just let it go.
We gotta get B-roll too. All right. I mean,
but yeah.
Dude, I'm just happy you're here, man. Like honestly.
Same, dude. It's a weird thing how
you got a lot coming up in your near future.
It's true. Yeah.
A lot of good things, so we gotta keep you around.
Yeah, and that is like the attractiveness of riding a bike. I think for a lot of people is like you're tapping into your adrenal system every time. Even taking a 35 mile an hour ride. If you're in traffic, like you're looking like, 'cause it could be your life. Like, you know, somebody, and it's not you got to worry about. You could be great at riding, but like somebody doing something stupid, you know, you can get fucked up. So something that would be like a minor fender bender in a car is potentially life-threatening on a motorcycle. So
it's you and your actual physical being that's taking most of the contact.
Yeah.
And even if like the vehicle is what takes the initial contact, it's you taking everything from the ground at that velocity at which you were moving, and now mathematically it will be plus the velocity of whatever vehicle hits you, right?
I mean, I'm not very good at math.
Me
all I know is that it hurts.
It sounded real scientific when I said it.
Yeah, it did.
I could have made all that up.
I'll tell you right now, it's maybe. I can't say yes or no to what you said, but I will tell you is that...
We'll call it science for the streets.
Yeah, science for the
streets.
Yeah.
I like that.
Literally for the streets. The streets are made of pavement, asphalt, concrete.
That's such a good joke. It's so bad because you were the one that got hurt.
Mm-hmm, yeah. But that's what happens. That's why you gotta wake up hard, is because the streets are hard.
Yo, on that note, man, can we talk about the fact that it's not safe to make jokes anymore?
It's not. It's
like,
not at all.
Everybody and anybody can be offended by a fucking joke.
Dude, I got chewed out on the phone. So we got this like holiday party coming up. Yeah. And they were joking about like, yo, if people bring kids to the house, you know, like where are we gonna have them? Like where are they gonna sleep? And I made the joke because it's a joking thing, because there's also dogs at the house that have like a crate, you know, it's a cage. That's what it is. It's a cage. And I was like, yeah, I mean, you know, for all I care, if the kid wants to get out of line or gets tired, you could just put him in the crate, put him in the crate with the dogs, and then you'll know where he is. You know he's safe, and then you know everything's fine. And the person, no shit, goes, you realize you just insinuating putting a Mexican child in a cage? And I said, first of all, no idea of the race of this child. All children are equally fucking shitty to me. Facts. They're little cretins. And also, even if I did, I still would have said it, because it's fucking, I don't mean
it's
that.
It's a joke about a child.
It's a joke about a kid, like, you know.
Because we're really going to parties and being like, kids go in cages.
Like,
because people are really doing that.
Yeah, like, fucking.
Well, I mean, some people are doing that, but they're really shitty people.
Yeah, exactly. But like, fucking, you know.
For the sake of a joke.
Relax.
Yeah.
Relax a little.
Like, don't trip. Don't trip. Jokes happen still. People make jokes. Some jokes are aggressive in nature. Let's be mindful. You know, some of us have a natural defense mechanism to make some really freaking dark jokes, because, you know, that's just kind of where our minds go with shit, because life is kind of hard.
Sometimes the jokes
live hard, die hard.
You know what I'm saying?
Live hard, die harder.
Live hard, die harder. Exactly.
Yeah,
sometimes the jokes gotta be thugged out, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Real dark.
Sometimes the jokes too gotta be thugged out.
I'm gonna get canceled for that. We haven't even gotten started.
We're on episode 1 and we're already canceled.
Episode 1 of 1, I don't like.
Episode 1 is called Canceled From Here On Out.
Yeah.
That's officially got a title. So what are we doing? Like, because everybody keeps asking me, like, what are we gonna do for a podcast? And I think we just actually did it because we just shot a bunch of content. But like, what are the expectations? Because I hate the idea of expectations from the audience. Don't get offended, guys. Like, relax. But like, why are you being weird?
I don't want to be on the
camera. Yes, so expect that, I guess.
Yeah.
Expect, like, we're really just, the way I see it, like, we're going to talk about the stuff we like. We both like music. We both like most social things and interactions.
And we both like music, and I think the interesting thing for our relationship is like I enjoy rap music, hip hop music, right? But you know a lot of shit. You can appreciate like instrumental guitar, country kind of music. You can appreciate it, but like I am the dude that's like, I'm in the top 5% of listeners of the Drive-By Truckers. You have no idea who the fuck that band is, because why the fuck would you? But that's kind of the cool thing.
But like, we were doing this before. Like, we would literally just be chilling when we were neighbors, like just kicking and just chop about music, you can play instruments.
True.
I have no instruments here that I can play. The only instrument in life I could probably play is the drum set, but it's been years, so I might be trash at that now. But like the way I see it, like we're just gonna like free flow, because isn't that how natural conversations happen? And like in my mind, I think it's the same way. Like it really ain't even about us when we do this. It's just about connecting with people that we might not see so often, like the homies and whoever else feels like listening to people like us that would like to be involved in conversations.
Yeah, I mean,
so definitely drop all that stuff in the comments, by the way.
I would imagine too. There's probably at least a handful of people that would have been like in this seat for these conversations, like regardless of like the camera situation and the
We
fact
should
that
decorate that seat for the homies that aren't here to be
Yeah.
in the conversation until they show up to be guests.
Yeah, exactly. But like even then, it's like they would probably like to be sitting here or where the fuck ever. So like this is kind of a cool thing, maybe a cool thing for them, or who knows? Maybe everyone fucking hates this and they're like, I know I'm gonna sit here and listen to two dudes talk about nothing for fucking
Podcast about nothing. We're basically Jerry Seinfeld for podcasting.
Don't disrespect Jerry Seinfeld like that.
No, Jerry Seinfeld made the show about nothing, which was the greatest, longest running TV show in the history of TV, I think. Still to this day, wow. Seinfeld is the longest running TV show that's ever existed.
Seinfeld's not about nothing. Seinfeld's about life.
Seinfeld's literally called the show about nothing.
I really like Seinfeld.
I love Seinfeld, but you know, the concept was the show about nothing.
Really?
He said that.
See, I didn't know that.
Man,
I'm a shitty Seinfeld.
You don't know Jerry.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't know Jerry.
I don't know Jerry. God damn it. No. I do love Seinfeld though, because it is like the most extraneous, ridiculous shit that does happen, but it does seem probably in.
I would be mad honored if we can be like that with podcasting. Make the podcast about nothing and make it so riveting because it's just about everyday life. That we become the Seinfelds of this shit.
That's the thing. It's like it seems ridiculous, kind of. Any given Seinfeld episode, it seems kind of ridiculous, but I think that was like a '90s show. But given like that, hey yo, like they're in New York, like people are wild, crazy shit happens, and it can be funny sometimes. I think even more so now, the way people act and the way people behave, like that's an even more realistic.
I think Seinfeld would be really appropriate. Seinfeld would have really been appropriate for COVID.
Oh shit, it would have been.
It would have been like a lifesaver for a lot of people. I don't know if it was actually airing on TV during that time because I don't watch a lot of TV. I have internet and a smart TV, so I just kind of YouTube it out like crazy.
YouTube, Netflix, Hulu.
You know, the basic chilling bait game.
Yeah.
Chilling bait game.
Right.
Nothing crazy.
Pornhub.
Something like that, you know. Yo, Seinfeld or Friends?
I don't think Friends is that great.
I liked Friends.
I don't hate it, and I will watch it, but like people that say that Friends is like the greatest sitcom that ever took place.
The greatest sitcom that ever took place was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Hands down.
See, I disagree with that too.
Nothing tops that. Name one that tops that.
See, and that
it's a friendly debate. There's
I know it's like that's the thing is like it kind of depends on what your criteria are for judging it, right? So like I'm one of the few people. In fact, I might be, besides me and my dad, I might be the only person that I know that thinks the British Office. You know, there's a British Office.
Yeah, British Office is amazing.
Okay,
yeah.
So all right, so there's 3 people at least in this world that think the British Office is funny. There's a lot of people who are like, I don't get it.
American Office is awesome, but British Office top.
Also great, right? But that's the thing is like I feel like the level of awkwardness and uncomfortability that was the British Office is what made it so humorous. Is because you're sitting there like, you know, like wow, like holy fuck, is this awkward?
I just realized the potential we have to make this a really good podcast.
How you mean?
We know about British freaking The Office.
I know about a lot of British stuff.
We might be able to talk to the entire world.
It's possible.
Let us know if you guys are interested in that. Drop that in the comments as well.
Yeah. I don't normally
shameless plugs.
I don't normally care about British things.
I like UK rap. Won't even front. UK drill is some of the hardest rap music alive.
But it's so.
And their slang is fucking great.
Their slang is ridiculous because you could talk to like Chris D'Elia had that bit about when like a British guy is threatening you and you don't know, like you don't really know if they're threatening you. Cause he's like, I'm gonna leave you halfway up Stussy Street with a fucking goddamn lollipop in your mouth and your trousers around your ankles. and I will come over the next morning and literally do grout work in your bathroom. And hang on, what the fuck are you saying?
Yo, you remember the time we hung out with the British rugby team?
I do, in fact, remember that because.
Remember the battle rap?
I remember the battle rap that they thought they won.
I swear I smoked him, but
you did.
That was the first time I ever heard somebody say, "You dropped his trousers, man," or whatever he said.
Yeah,
I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, my pants are up, bro.
Yeah,
no. You didn't drop any pants.
Yeah, but like if you know.
Also, don't threaten me with dropping my pants. That's really inappropriate.
Yeah. Also, yeah, we're crossing lines of yeah.
Rugby players are huge.
Yeah, hold on.
Pause. Like, as a man, your existence should be to be able to inflict great levels of violence when necessary. Doesn't mean you should run around being violent, but as a man, your innate nature should be, I can create violence if violence is necessary.
Yeah, like
high levels of violence.
Jordan Peterson actually talks about it. I don't know if you've like heard any of his shit. I'll probably catch a bunch of shit for quoting him, but like he says like a good man is not a harmless man.
Yeah.
Like a harmless man is useless. A good man is an extremely dangerous man that has it under control, right? Like.
I don't know if you follow Mike Rashid, but Mike Rashid recently posted something and it was basically like, you know, being peaceful isn't the like not being violent, for lack of better terms or whatever. It's being able to inflict great levels of violence but having that under control and not doing so.
It's the judicious.
Not being able to create violence doesn't make you peaceful, it just makes you harmless.
Right.
And then Machiavelli has the greatest quote of all time, which is, if you should do damage to a man, let it be so severe that you fear not his retaliation, which is like the hardest thing anybody's ever said.
Well, and it's like you said, like peaceful, right? I think peaceful is like the choice to not inflict violence. If you remove that choice because you're incapable anyway, you're not being peaceful. You're just, like you said, you're being fucking harmless, right? So what good are you? Because any way you slice it, there's going to be bad dudes out there, or women, whoever the fuck, bad people that are going to do bad shit.
Bad people exist.
Yeah, it's a very real thing. So, yeah, like people in fucking vans.
Hey, yeah, again, if you know the license plate, or if you are the person, there's a seat right here. Pull up.
Yeah.
Pull up.
If you're that dude.
We'll put the guns away for that conversation.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to just have a conversation really about it. Because honestly, maybe, and who knows, maybe that person realizes what they did and they feel bad about it, but they didn't, you know, obviously they didn't stop. They didn't feel bad enough to be like, hey, this is my fault.
Or they feel really bad, but they don't have insurance, so they ran.
Right. Also the wrong answer, but like,
totally.
Who knows?
No matter what the circumstance, not being there to check on the person that you just harmed.
Not accepting responsibility is the thing.
But you're a dodger.
But maybe, at the end of the day, maybe that person is now gonna drive more carefully. I'm riding more carefully. I mean, I was already doing everything I could have been doing, with the exception of maybe just not being in the middle lane. Like it was a 3-lane, like 3 lanes going straight. Maybe just don't be in the middle lane if you're on a bike. That's
for
like,
sake of reference, this is
lesson.
how many days of you just becoming a rider. Like you just got the bike and you.
So like I've been riding motorcycles like my whole life.
Yeah.
But as far as like road legal bikes that I've owned, like run in traffic, that was day 5. Jeez. Day 5. So again, I wasn't even, and I'm still scared of just the natural ability and like power that this bike has. Like it's a big 800 pound,
1600 cc's.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, about that. So like I haven't even like really opened it up and like, you know, trying to go fast or anything like that. Try to accelerate crazy. Like I've not done that yet.
You're basically riding a full-grown bull.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, a little smaller than a bull. Bull would be like
maybe a bronco then.
I think bulls are like 2,000 pounds, right?
Yeah, but I mean the aggression of a bull.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We should definitely go to Spain and fight bulls.
No.
I knew a homie who owned a bull. We tried to go fight it when we were drunk one night. Not me and you, me and another.
Yeah, no.
A homie who used to be a homie, who's not really my homie anymore. But
that sounds right.
Tried to go fight a bull, and as we were drunkenly making our way over to the house, we realized that's a terrible idea. We could barely stand up straight. Why would I fight this bull right now?
Yeah, no.
Still a dream. Still want to fight a bull.
You're playing games with your life. I mean, if the benefit outweighs the cost.
But isn't waking up every day pretty much just playing a game with your life?
Yeah, you know, every decision you make is like a calculated risk, right?
Yeah.
Kind of goes back to the
strays don't have names. Ooh, that's a hard bar. Strays don't have names.
Calculated risks. calculated.
Yeah, calculated risk.
Waking up every day.
Speaking of that, I had some. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head.
Was it about motorcycles and guns?
Nah, I feel like it was a little less violent in nature.
Was it about hooking up with nursing students?
I feel like we definitely don't need to do that. Right now, the nurses are what's popping on IG, man.
We don't need to do that right
They're
now.
all
Because
Instagram famous.
the station we are in life, but I'm saying, like, that's an important life skill I think every young man should understand.
I feel like, again, we're in different positions. We ain't hooking up with nobody but
No.
people that we have brought into our life.
Single,
And it's very important that we take care of those people.
the one person.
But I feel like nurses are super Instagram famous, and COVID might have also fucking created that. But they're too famous now. Like, if you're a nurse and you travel at all, chances are you deal with rappers that got a lot of money. No young man needs that in his life.
I mean,
What you look like being a 22, 23-year-old young man, barely making it right now in the world, and the woman you're now trying to pursue in life knows what Drake's house looks like on the inside via first-hand experience.
that's going to be hard to compete with.
That's gonna crush your self-esteem.
That's going to be hard to compete with. But
that man created the Tootsie Slide and Hotline Bling. You ain't creating no Tootsie Slide and no Hotline Bling.
yeah, but he also got shot in the spine on Degrassi and turned into a fucking wheelchair-bound, fucking, like, just a regular,
That was Aubrey,
whatever.
but now this is Drake.
I get that.
Drake is different from Aubrey. Drake said girls like girls where he's from. His album's called Certified Lover Boy, and it's just a bunch of pregnant emojis.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's out here.
He's out here. He's killing the game. I don't know. I think if you are pursuing a woman that is in the phase of her life where she is doing things like that, maybe. I mean, depends on what we got to define what we're saying here. So like,
what I'm saying,
pursuing a woman, like what do you
pursuing
mean?
like just any interest of occupying each other's time, right?
At
But
all?
what I'm
For a
alluding to is, and this is no knock on women, she is clearly in a better position in life than you if she is dealing with high caliber, high profile men. It doesn't necessarily mean that she's financially superior in any way, shape, or form. Her accessibility to resources is better than your accessibility to resources. Therefore, it's now going to make a lesser man a lot more insecure. I think by nature, even if we are in a not so accessible position, me and you are stronger individuals mentally, where that wouldn't really cripple us. But I think there are some young men who are just figuring themselves out in life, and they're gonna be damaged emotionally by that.
Yeah, but
that comparison.
They shouldn't be though, because like how long? All right, you've got your standard. I don't know. How many women do you think Drake has relations with in a 1 month span? How many new women that are not already on his roster, so to speak, right? How many new joins?
I'm gonna lowball it because I think he's a great person on the inside.
Yeah.
Say like 5 to 10.
5 new ones.
Oh yeah.
Per month, meaning 5.
5 to 10, and I think those are road show experiences, because as far as I'm tracking, this dude's single in life right now, or is like as far as I know. So he's probably like, whenever he's touring, nights are lonely. We've all listened to his music, so we've heard something to that like degree.
Sure. So that means he's got his roster of, I would say, conservative estimate, 20.
Probably, I mean, in Canada.
20 regular clients.
In Canada,
We'll call
yeah,
them clients,
definitely.
right?
Clientele.
So 5 go away, between 3 and 5 per month probably drop off, and 3 and 5 per month get added on, right?
Yeah, he's been making
So-
some toxic music lately, so probably.
My point to that is how long can you stay in that starting lineup as a woman, as
As a client.
as a nursing student, right? As a client, how long are you going to stay in that rotation? So again, what I'm saying is, this is all to say, if you're a dude that's after an actual legitimate relationship, and the woman that you're pursuing is into doing shit like that, let it go. Let her go.
Don't play that on the card, guys. Sometimes betting is just not
Let
worth
him.
it.
Yo, he can have her. That's what I would say. Like, yo, that's fine.
The same goes vice versa.
Yeah,
for women
yeah,
as well.
actually,
like,
yeah.
if he's out here and he's just doing his thing and has accessibility that you don't have, just let him go.
Mhm.
Let him go.
Yeah,
Done.
but
Everybody don't need access
right.
to everything.
But
There's one remote control for every TV. Oh, universal remotes don't count because universal remotes are for the streets.
That's true. That's true. Also, let's highlight one thing. That behavior is not healthy. Okay, it's not good for you.
It's necessary at a certain point in life, and then you have to immediately transition out of that.
But after a certain amount of time, you like realize this is not a sustainable long-term thing. Unless you are Drake. I mean, Drake could probably sustain this well into his fucking 60s. He could do that. I'm not Drake.
He has the motive though, right? Like we don't have the motive because there's no rate of success being brought from that. His experiences with, again, his clientele produce his music. So his experiences is now becoming the inspiration for songs. So he has a reason, he has a motive to stay in that lifestyle long term.
Yeah, but like...
Whereas we don't. Like, doing something like that for us does not create good anything. And again,
no.
I'm actually working on music right now, but that doesn't create good music for me.
No.
My music comes from a whole different place. But
no.
like, if you look at that man's catalog, being hurt, being in a relationship, being toxic, all of that has generated one of the biggest catalogs of music to ever exist. And it's worked for him. So there's a reason why I could see him wanting to sustain that. But even if you listen to his music, it sounds like he himself has already admitted, like, I need to get away from this at some point.
Yeah, because getting all of those women, that's not what the success is. All of those women flocking to him is a byproduct of the success that he already had, right? So I'll quote, this is a great time for this. So like a really wise man named Warren Buffett, you probably know of him, know him, maybe.
Said individual.
I don't know him personally, but a wise man named Warren Buffett said, chase the paper, hoes come with the shit.
I feel like Jay-Z also said that.
Warren Buffett might not have said that, but
Jay-Z also said that.
But basically, if you spend all of your time as a dude trying to chase women, that is fruitless. It's not going to help you.
Build yourself up, fellas. Build yourself up.
Focus on yourself.
Hit the gym. Invest. Mm-hmm. Learn things. Educate yourselves.
Buy motorcycles.
Buy motorcycles. Or don't. I don't.
Or don't.
Buy guns. For sure buy guns.
Definitely buy guns. Yeah.
At least have two. You should have something short and you should have something for dramatic occasions.
Yeah. I'd say that's true. Yeah, definitely always do that. And if you don't live in a place where that's possible, I would seek to getting the fuck out of that place.
New residency.
Yeah, definitely. Pack your bags, move. It's a beautiful thing about the country, though, is like, there is not one defined American culture. Right? Like, you can live in a place that's super, place like here, we're kind of in that weird middle spot, right? Because it's like...
Yeah, like the trap is right across the street, but right here is real nice.
Right here is real nice, but like also like politically speaking, Virginia is like
chaos.
Well,
ground zero.
The whole thing turned around right with this recent, gubernatorial election. But for the most part, like
no capital rating and all that craziness.
Yeah, like Virginia as a whole, kind of backwoods kind of country, but like where we are, Northern Virginia, proximity to DC, we get that like city vibe also though from people. And with the cityness comes the like left-leaning ideology sometimes. Whereas like if you go to any given place in like fucking Montana, you're not gonna find that. But yeah, like I think that's actually a cool thing about America. If you don't really agree with the way certain people live their lives or decisions they want to make or freedoms that they want to exercise or not exercise, you can still be an American. Go somewhere else in America where that does work.
I think you just tapped into a really good like Dalai Lama moment. This is just a good lesson in life. If you are so highly opinionated about something you believe in where you can't agree with another person, you can just choose to ignore that. You can walk away from that person's view. Like you don't have everything doesn't have to become a cancellation. Everything doesn't need to become an issue.
Two people can disagree
and coexist
and still be friends.
Be separated, or you can find friendship in disagreement.
Mm-hmm. As long as you're not too far on like one end of the spectrum or the other, right?
As long as you don't believe that your beliefs need to result in violence.
Yeah.
Again, you should be able to create violence when necessary, but everything does not require violence.
Yeah, you have to believe that another opinion besides yours can exist.
And needs to exist. I mean, our beliefs is what keeps everything in existence relative to us remaining alive, right? Like if you don't believe in anything, what are you waking up for in the morning? You know what I mean?
That's
like,
true.
It's kind of a sad life.
That's true. You could at least. It's hard to wake up hard if that's how you live.
And I think that's.
I'm not gonna stop.
I think that's a good segue for us to get out of here, guys. Look forward to next episode dropping here shortly. I think we're gonna try to do this like once a week. Yeah, man. Drop comments, share this stuff, like it, let us know about it. And we'll keep coming up with better content.
Or we'll do whatever the fuck we want to do anyway.
Yeah, pretty much that one. The last one. The latter.
Yeah.
Well, we do like opinions, but we're probably gonna do whatever.
But I don't have to care about them.
Forever.